Hey everyone, it's Lina, and today we're going to be talking about our live Q&A section during this quarantine period. So we're going to be calling it Live with Dance by Lina. This week we were able to do Miko Fogarty along with Natasha Sheehan and Tatum Shopto, and the coming weeks we're going to be posting other interviews from Haruhi Otani and Natasha Mayer as well. So I hope you look forward to that. And this is more of a chance for you guys also during this time of the quarantine to get to know these dancers. I find it really exciting that they become close to us, especially during this time. You know who have more time on their hands, or it's not a race. I've been reading quotes about it. It's not a race, it's more of us working together, as a team of dancers to inspire each other. So I hope you guys do enjoy these Q&A sections. And don't forget to tune in or leave us some comments in the comment section who else you'd love to see in our interviews so we could line them up and you can hopefully get more inspiration from our interviews and learn from them. I have a lot of questions for them and I have so much vlogs to film for you guys that I'm so excited to film. But for now, let's leave it to the Q&A, and I hope you do enjoy this Q&A with Miko Fogarty. She has been a really good friend, or an online friend you would say, of mine ever since I first met her about 5 years ago. So I do hope you enjoy that, and don't forget to tune in on our next ones, and bye! Let's get to know Miko first. My dog is also next to me. Oh, so cute. Miko, we all know her from First Position, of course. I know that a lot of you know her from First Position. Yeah, and she is, yes, an amazing dancer in person, as it says under here. And yeah, what's inspiring about Miko, I feel, is her courage for me that you took another path. It's like what you said probably in your TED Talk, it was your second act. And I really love that because I feel, or I can relate to what you went through. Maybe I started in a ballet company when I was 13 and I left 18.
Yeah.
So I was quite young, and your identity kind of gets lost also because you're in your teenage years and things are changing. And I
Yeah.
related to that so much when you did that TED Talk. So I got so inspired by that. More than First Position or more than all your good performances, I feel it was just your journey to becoming where you are now and who you are today. So yeah, I hope you guys do. Yay. So I hope you guys ask more than just ballet questions, because I feel that more than just all your favorite things and all this, we want to learn from this kind of experience and how it's also important to address things like mental health, or address things that are more important than just dancing, because dancing is important, but it's also important to have a sound mind. And it's okay to, choose different paths or kind of lose your way once in a while. It doesn't all have to be perfect here and there. So that's all. And yay. I hope that I hope you enjoy this live. Let's ask a lot of really fun questions. So this can be a really fun Q&A. Is it Healy? Can we talk about returning to dance after being away for a while? Returning to dance.
Oh yeah. So I left ballet kind of officially as like a professional dancer around 4 years ago, and but I still kept my foot in the door. Like I still kept teaching every week, and at first I was still like giving myself classes as well. But as school got like harder every semester, I got a little bit busier and I didn't have as much time to do ballet. But about a year ago, I took ballet classes again at my college, and that was really nice to like move my body and stretch and do ballet. It was really nice. So yeah, it's kind of nice coming back to ballet after taking a bit of a break. And I mean, ballet will always be a part of my life for sure, and always have a place in my heart. And I think I'll always be able to empathize with dancers. So yeah, I feel like it'll never leave me
Yeah.
100%.
Do you consider just like taking well, of course now that you're less busy because of the virus, like maybe like you could
Yeah.
take a little more class at home, just like everyone is kind of doing.
Yeah, so I actually did take a ballet class at
Oh
home the
yay,
other
that's
day.
so
It was really
nice.
fun. Yeah. It was
Someone's
nice.
asking, how long have you wanted to be a doctor? Oh, okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's a good question. I think I've always been interested in health because of ballet. So I always wanted to prevent injuries and make sure that I was physically kind of making sure I was healthy. And so it was kind of a natural progression into medicine, I feel like, into health and medicine. Um, but I think I was like more serious about it starting like 4 or 5 years ago, about like seriously going towards that career path. But I feel like I've always had that interest, and whenever someone would get injured, I'd always want to like help them, but I never could.
You don't know
Like,
anything yet.
didn't know anything, and I still don't. I still feel like I don't know anything, but eventually I'd like love to
Dancers,
help
yeah,
people recover
or
from,
people, yeah.
and dancers too.
That's
Yeah.
really good,
Yeah.
yeah. The next question, it says, are you in medical school, and how did you come to decide if you wanted to pursue the path? Oh.
Good questions. So I am not currently in medical school. So in the US, you have to first do your undergraduate for 4 years, and then you apply for medical school, and then you do medical school for 4 years, and then you do residency for like
Wow.
3 to 7 years. It's a really long process. So I'm just finishing undergraduate right now, which is the first 4 years. And then this summer I'll be applying to different health schools and medical schools as well. So we'll see.
Yeah. So
Where I
you
end up,
still have to, yeah, I
fingers
know,
crossed.
and toes. So you still have to decide, right, what kind of medical career path you get to choose. Yeah.
Yeah. So in medicine, you get to specialize in
Mhm.
different specialties. I actually don't really know what I want to go into yet. Like, I don't know if I'd want to do like surgery or pediatrics, which is like medicine for children. And so I really don't know. I think I'll have to figure it out in medical school. So, and the reason why I think the second part of that question was kind of like why I decided to go down this path. Well, I was kind of deciding to leave ballet because of multitude of reasons. And it kind of all came together. I was thinking about and researching about so many different careers in life because I felt like I had the world open to me after ballet. Like there's so much out there. But and I'm still discovering like what I still want to keep pursuing, but I feel like everything's been leading me towards health. So yeah, and I can totally see myself doing that.
Oh, that's so nice. Like in the long run, you really want to do this. Yeah. How do you balance being a dancer and a doctor? Yeah, she's not a doctor.
Well, I'm not a doctor yet. I'm just a university student at the moment, but I do research as well. So it's definitely can be a challenge to balance everything. Like on top of just regular school, it's if I like do want to do a little bit of ballet and teaching ballet, on top of like volunteering and researching and other extracurriculars that I'm doing, it's like a lot to stay on top of. But it definitely takes like time management skills to be able to fit everything in at the right time. But it's doable for sure.
I've heard like of some dancers like taking courses, so I think it's really all about a balance of things. So if you guys want to pursue something, I think it is possible, although of course at the time being something has to kind of give and and go. Like it's just maybe just listen to what you need at the moment. So if you guys are, so.
Right.
There's someone asking, what are other dance related works that we can take up for college?
Like
Maybe
dance related
courses,
works?
I think. Work. Oh, work. Okay,
Oh,
so work,
courses.
yeah.
Well, it depends which college you go to, because some colleges have like dance degrees and dance programs. My college doesn't. I think they might have a dance program, but I'm not a part of it, and I'm not really part of like the dance club or anything like that. They happen to have a class at my college where you can take ballet classes, and I really like the teacher, so I did that. But it honestly, I think, depends which college you go to, because every college differs a little bit in the courses they offer for dance. I hope I answered that question. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I think
question,
it's like maybe they're asking about what kind of work you can get into that's dance related. I think, or maybe that was. Yeah.
After college. Oh yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely go back into dance after college, especially if you did do dance in college. It's definitely possible. Like there's multiple dancers that did get accepted to companies and got a contract after college, and also Broadway too. Like a lot of Broadway dancers have gone to college, so it's definitely possible for sure.
What was the biggest thing you learned about making that jump from the ballet field to the medical field?
That's a good question. I feel like there's a lot of things that I learned, not only about the world, but like about myself and what I wanted to do. And it's honestly just, I'm constantly learning. I don't know, there's so many things, but I think one big thing when I was leaving ballet was that you have to pursue something that feels right to yourself, because if you're happy pursuing whatever you're pursuing, whether that's ballet or whatever else, if people see that you're happy doing it, then they'll most likely support you. I think I was very worried that a lot of people would be super disappointed and just hate me for leaving ballet. And so I was really afraid of kind of speaking up about it. But I think the biggest thing I've realized is just pursuing what you really feel like you want to pursue and what you're passionate about, because at the end, like, you're living with yourself, and like, you're living with yourself, and you're gonna have to deal with your life because it's your life. And I don't know, just don't worry too much about what other people think, because if they see that you're happy, then they'll support you. So that's the biggest thing.
And I think having a lot of passions is not like a bad thing, because a lot of people always think of just pursuing one thing, like just always one and one thing, and it's not like that for everyone. So it's important to see, I feel, Miko's experience as something like, it's just, she didn't stop, but she's just doing something else that she really loves to, and that's not something that's wrong. So that's just my take on it. Maybe because myself too, I got into something else, and I do love sewing, and I love things like making dancewear, so it is still dance related, but at the same time, it's not anymore dancing, and there are parts of it I still love. And it's important we still continue to support ballet as an art, of course. But if you want to do other things, I think you can be doing other things, and that's okay. So don't feel so much pressure. I just want to say to everyone, like, don't feel so much pressure to becoming like a prima or a principal or whatever it is that maybe you have in your mind, because things do change every day, like now in the coronavirus, and things are changing. So just take your time and learn to slow down a bit. What what is your favorite variation? Ooh, this is nice.
Oh, I get
Yeah.
asked that a lot. I think my go-to answer is always like Esmeralda because it was the first solo that I
Oh,
danced
okay.
on point, ballet solo that I danced on point, and it's also like the last solo I did before I
Mhm.
like retired. So it like definitely has like a special place in my heart. Plus, it's just like fun to dance because you have like a tambourine and I had this beautiful
Yeah, the
tutu
green
that I
one.
danced
Yeah,
in. So it was
it's
it
really
was
pretty.
yeah, and yeah, it's I don't know. It's just like fun to dance. I think in the ballet world it's like a love-hate thing for Esmeralda. Like some people love it and some people like hate it. Um but it's I mean, I love dancing it, so that's my go-to answer. But again, everything else I love
Yeah.
performing to for different reasons.
What do you feel about the frontline doctors during this time? Does it scare you or excite you that you're in the same career path?
It definitely it's like a
Mm-hmm.
little bit scary, but at the same time, I feel like I want to be out there because I feel like there's not enough
Mm-hmm.
doctors in the world right now, and nurses and just healthcare professionals to combat this. So I feel like I want to have my training done so I can already be out there and help. Right now, I feel a little bit like I can't
Yeah.
help as much, which isn't like a great feeling. So I wish I could, honestly, I wish I
Yeah.
could be out there with them. Because I mean, but it is scary right now that at least in the US, they don't have enough PPE, which is like
Uh-huh.
protective clothing. Like they don't have enough masks and they don't have enough um, gowns and everything, which is really scary. So that's not good. Like I don't want to be out there if I don't have the right personal protective equipment because that's not good at all. So that's a
Mhm.
little bit scary because then you could be like you could get the virus yourself as a doctor. But I think everyone's trying the best that
Yeah.
they can for now. But
Yeah,
it's
it is scary.
yeah,
We'll take
it's
it day
weird.
by day.
A little
Yeah.
bit
It's hard.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where do you volunteer? Do you volunteer work? You do?
Yeah. Yeah. So I volunteer at multiple places. Actually, I got my cat at a
Oh,
pet shelter that I
cute.
volunteered at. And I've volunteered at hospitals, I've volunteered at clinics, like free clinics that people can walk into if they don't have insurance. I've volunteered, for this ballet
Mhm.
organization. I've helped direct like a performance and
Oh,
teach
there.
classes. So I've done a bunch of different
Yeah,
volunteers. It's not just one
that's really
thing.
nice. Next, was it hard for
Yeah.
you to transition from being professional dancer to a med student? Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not a med student yet. Again, I'm a undergraduate student.
Mhm.
Just want to make that clear. But honestly, I think what was hardest was just the idea of leaving the career behind because it's like what my whole life
Mhm.
revolved around. So it was definitely hard leaving ballet for sure. Like I felt like a piece of my heart was broken because I was leaving something I loved. But also like going into college was really amazing. Like I really enjoyed going to college from the very first day. I really enjoyed it. So, and I've had no regrets thinking back about it because I've just enjoyed every moment that I've had in college and my new chapter. So I know I made the right decision, but it definitely
Yeah.
was, of course,
Mhm.
hard leaving ballet and leaving all those connections behind. And also because I thought like ballet would never be a part of my life
Mhm.
again, but
Yeah, that wasn't the
that wasn't
case.
true because like I'm still able I'm still able to teach ballet and connect with everyone from the ballet world, and a lot of my friends are still in the ballet world, so I feel like I haven't
Yeah.
left it too
That's
much,
really
which is
good.
nice.
Like you made true friends, kind of who
Hmm.
can, they're still friends. You're just down different career paths now, which is so great. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice. I think you can
yeah,
support people
amazing.
this way too, like at least they can relate with you and you can kind of relate back to them, because I feel a lot of dancers have a
Yeah,
lack of like friends outside that kind of can relate to what they're going through and what's happening to them in dance. So I'm sure they appreciate that. Yeah.
definitely.
Here's one.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
is your dream medical school after undergrad?
Uh, I
Oh,
get
really?
asked this a lot. Just like not on Instagram, but just like friends and professors and stuff like that. I actually have this thing where I don't have a dream medical school because I don't want to set myself up thinking that I have this one school that I want to go to because it's really competitive. Like getting into school itself is really competitive. And if I have this like one dream school, I feel like there's a chance, there's like actually a big chance that I wouldn't get into that exact one, but I could
Hmm.
get into a different one. And so I'm just going with the thought that I'll be happy if I get into any medical school. And if I do have the option of like choosing between two, which is kind of rare as well to choose. But if I do have that option, then I'll consider which one's better for me. But until that point, I'm just gonna like do my best, send my application in, and hope for like a good school. But I'd honestly be happy with whoever
Yeah.
takes me. I mean, I do live in California and I love it here, so I'd love to stay on the West Coast, but I'm open to moving anywhere as well.
Yeah.
So,
So here, how was the preparation process of the TED Talk? Ooh, so if people watch the TED
oh,
Talk, yeah,
that's
it's
a
nice.
good, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, last year, basically almost exactly a year ago, I did a TEDx talk, and it was so different, I feel like, from anything else
Mhm.
I've done because I've performed on stage a lot of the time, but that did not involve speaking, and speaking on stage is like a little bit different. And I didn't reach out to them or anything. One of the organizers had heard an interview or
Mhm.
something, and they invited me to speak. And at first, I was like, oh my God, yes, like I really
Yeah.
wanted to do this. And then I started having doubts. I'm like, can I do this? Like, I've never spoken in front of that many people. And it was like a full theater. It's like the biggest TEDx
Mhm.
organization. And so I was like, oh my God, can I do this? But then thankfully, a lot of my mentors and my friends are super supportive and they all helped me kind of put my story together and rehearse my talk. And I rehearsed it so much by the time I spoke on stage that I was really comfortable speaking. And we had a rehearsal before, so I got the sense of
Uh-huh.
speaking in a microphone, one of the ones that go like this on stage. And it was definitely nerve-wracking for sure, but honestly, it was like a great experience that I'm so happy that I was able to have.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
good.
it was great. I'm really
Yeah,
happy.
I can relate to what you're
Yeah.
saying with talking, speaking on stage is kind of different. Yeah. It's not, yeah,
Yeah,
it's not the
for sure.
same.
I
It's not the
picture.
same as what do you call this? Dancing on stage, because you don't have to use your words for dancing. So I mean, like you just have to
I
kind
know, I
of show
know.
it, but yeah, it's really difficult.
I know. Yeah, dancing on stage is like something I was totally okay doing by the end, but like speaking on stage was definitely different, but if you practice enough, it's okay.
Yay! So much support. So someone's asking, do
Oh,
you like jumps or turns?
um,
Of course, like
for I loved, I think
turns.
I liked
Yeah,
both of them. I was I think
yeah.
I was better at turns naturally, but they made me nervous. Every time I went on stage, I was so nervous for any turn I'd have on stage. But jumps, I like was able to just do it and just enjoy the jump. So I think I like liked jumps better, but
But
I might have been
turning.
better at turning. So
What age did you start ballet? Ooh,
Oh, I started ballet when I was
Oh,
4 years old, but I got like more serious when I was like 8 or 9.
yeah, it's around that age I think you kind of get into it, or like there's a phase where you kind of just want to dance all the time. It says here, what are
Yeah.
your favorite point shoes? Oh, I never knew what kind of point shoes you use.
Oh my God, this question, like, I had the worst time choosing point shoes. I think in the like 10 years that I wore point shoes, I never found like the perfect pair. I was constantly trying different pairs, and I don't think I was able to find it. I think if I had continued my professional career, I would have eventually found something, but um, I'll say I did really like using Gainer Minden because they were very
Mhm.
consistent. Like I knew what I was getting every time, and they lasted a long time, and I just felt I
Yeah.
could dance better in them. Um, but then I broke my second metatarsal in my foot, and after that, it like hurt to wear
Mhm.
gaiters for some reason. So I was
Mhm.
trying Suffolk's as well, like Suffolk point shoes, which were also good, and I liked them as well. But in the company that I was with, they wanted me to wear frees, and I like cannot dance in frees. I can wear frees, but I cannot like dance in them. So that was really difficult. But I just like I don't think I ever found the perfect pair. But I think overall I
Gainer
was leaning
Minden.
towards
Yeah.
Gator Minden. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, that's a hard question. I don't know what to say either because, I've tried like multiple shoes and they just, I don't know, it depends on what works and what doesn't work. And I guess some days it's just not
Yeah.
okay. Some days they're okay. And then you kind of just, okay, whatever is working right now is okay. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
It's
hard. I think
hard.
shoes are a different topic. We
Mhm.
need someone else to study them and about the feet and yeah.
I know.
So moving on. Are there dance masters workshops still going ahead? Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, so originally I was going to be going to New
Hmm.
Zealand this summer in July. I haven't
Hmm.
heard anything, whether it's happening or not happening. So I think it's to be
What
determined.
happens?
So I'm not sure what's happening. I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no because it hasn't been determined, at
Mhm.
least to me. So I don't know
Yeah.
yet. But I hope so. I really want to come to New Zealand. I have not ever been to New
It would be
Zealand, and
so
it was
cool. Yeah.
definitely one of my dream
It'd be really
countries.
cool.
I know, I've heard it's so beautiful. So I really, really, really want to go. But I don't know. We'll see with this whole virus thing if
Yeah.
I can go. Maybe it has to be like
Yeah,
postponed or
then
something.
worst case. Yeah, I feel like right now everyone's just on
Hmm.
standby and we're just waiting for the next day to
Yeah.
happen and we don't know what would happen. Oh, here, this is quite random, but what's your favorite food in California?
Oh my God. Okay. I can go on for a long time. But my favorite food in general is actually
Ooh,
Vietnamese food. I
really?
love Vietnamese food. Um, so like especially my favorite food, like out of everything, is the spring rolls, like the ones wrapped
Uh-huh.
in rice paper with
Ah,
peanut sauce is
I love
like
this.
the
Yes.
best for me. I could eat it like every day, all meals of the day, and
Oh
I'd
my
be happy. That's definitely my
So you
favorite
really
meal for
like
sure.
Vietnamese food? Like it's just that's
Hmm.
interesting.
So yummy, like the vermicelli bowls
Oh,
and the banh mi, like anything Vietnamese
that's
cuisine
so
I
unique.
love. And I'm actually, but we're very lucky in California because we have a lot of different
Mhm.
cultural backgrounds here from all over. It's just like a melting pot of all these different people from all over the world. So we have a lot of different types of food here that we're able to experience, which
Uh-huh.
I really love. Um, and so we have really good Asian food, and so I love Asian food. And I'm like the least
Uh-huh.
pickiest eater too. I'm not picky when I eat. Like I can eat everything and anything. So I'm a very happy eater
Yay.
here in California
You
for
get to
sure.
eat a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Um, Oh,
Mm-hmm.
here's one. What's your favorite quote or motto? Oh,
Oh God. Um, well, I don't, that's like a little bit hard right at this moment, but the one that comes to mind is the one I used for my TED Talk, which is when you let go of what you are, you
oh,
become what
that's
you might
nice.
be. So I like that one by Lao Tzu.
Oh, someone's asking for best summer intensive program you attended. Have you
Oh,
attended summer intensives? Oh, you have.
yeah, I attended a lot
Uh-huh.
when I was younger. Um, there's a lot of good ones out there. So what I have attended is Kirov Academy in
Okay.
Washington, D.C., the Rock
Oh,
School in
uh-huh.
Philadelphia, Royal. I did that like 3 times in London. I did San Francisco Ballet School and maybe something else, I forget. But out of that, oh, I liked San Francisco Ballet School summer a lot, and Royal's fun. Royal's short though; it's
Mm-hmm.
only like 1 or 2 weeks. Um, I think Rock was fun, but it had like a lot of people,
Oh,
so
like
that wasn't
a lot of
great.
people.
um, Kirov was fun too. I was like 11, so it was fun to go for 3 weeks. And ABT was also good. Honestly, I enjoyed all of my summer intensives. I think you can learn something from
Yeah.
any of them, for sure.
Uh,
But it's also good sometimes to stay with your own teacher. Like I did that a couple summers too, where I just stayed with my own teacher,
mhm.
just trained and had privates because that's when I really improved a
Okay.
lot too.
Yeah. For sure,
Yeah.
finding a good teacher is really important, and it's lucky you really did. Yeah. Um, here. Oh, someone's
Hmm.
asking if they can do a pas de deux with you.
Oh my God. Not anymore. I don't do potatoes anymore, but maybe 5 years ago I would.
What's your favorite theater you performed
Uh,
in? This is nice. Yeah.
oh, I love this one. So I have two theaters that stand out to me. The first one is in Varna. So for the Varna International
Uh-huh.
Ballet Competition, located in
Mm-hmm.
Bulgaria, I feel like they have one of the most beautiful stages because it's an outdoor theater stage. And so it's outside. So there's like outdoor seating and there's the stage. And then at the back of the stage, it's all ivy and it's all lit up and it's like so beautiful just
Wow.
to look at. It's like a dream to look at
Uh-huh.
that stage. It's like one of the most beautiful stages. And to dance on it was so weird as well. Like you get to feel the breeze when you're doing your solo. Like when you're competing your solo, you like feel the breeze
This
and
is
you can
in
see the
Varna.
stars. It's like the
Yeah.
weirdest experience. This is in Varna. Yeah, it's that competition is like one of the craziest competitions I've ever done.
Really.
That I can talk about that
I
competition
really
for like
wanted to.
hours.
I was actually planning to go to Varna this year until of course, it got postponed. Yeah, I really
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
watch, and yeah, because people
Yeah.
talk about the crazy hours of training, like in the like in
Oh
the
my
AM, like
God.
1, 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. So rehearsals happen. So the reason that happens is because when they're rehearsing the lights for each piece, it
Okay.
has to be dark, right? Because like the lighting, it has to be dark when it's like they're rehearsing the lighting. So the competition happens when it just gets dark. So that's it
Oh my
starts at 9
goodness.
p.m. till midnight. So that's
Uh-huh.
competition time. And then after that is when they have rehearsals for the upcoming days. And so that runs from like 12:30 a.m. till like
Oh my God.
4 a.m. Um, especially if there's like contemporary pieces, people are very particular about how they want their lights for contemporary, so they can take so long. It's crazy. So yeah, it's just a crazy competition
Wow.
to go to for sure.
I really wanted to experience it, but
Yeah.
it's like your body clock kind of messes up, doesn't it? Like, 'cause it's like you have to be
Yeah.
sleeping in the
Yeah,
day
yeah,
and then you have to be awake in the night.
yeah. I'd like be asleep till like 1 p.m. and then I'd be up like really late. But that's just like the lifestyle I
Oh
live
my
at that time.
goodness. Yeah. Someone's asking, what's your favorite
Yeah.
Japanese food? Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one. So many. I love so many things. Uh, I guess, oh my God, I can honestly eat anything from Japanese cuisine. Maybe like ramen.
Ramen.
I don't know, like really good ramen or udon. I don't know. Honestly, anything. I can eat anything from Japan. It's all like so
Do you
good.
cook at home? Like your mom cooks at
Yeah.
home, like Japanese food?
My mom doesn't really
Okay.
cook that much, and I cook a little bit, but not like very fancy stuff. But usually when it's not quarantine time, I'm at school like all day, every day, so I don't get to cook as much at home. I can eat at like the little cafes around university and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But but now I get a
Yeah.
chance to actually cook at
Yeah,
home a little bit
everyone's
more, which is
experimenting
nice.
right now
Yeah.
because there's so much time to do this. Oh, hi.
Yeah. Hi,
That's Tora.
everybody.
Oh, that's
This
so
is
cute.
Cora.
I wish my dog is downstairs, but he's Kuma. He's like because he looks like a bear.
Come on, like a
So
bear.
yeah. Oh, there's one good question.
If you
It
guys
says, have
don't,
you rewatched First Position since it was filmed?
yes. So when it first came out, I watched it about like 5 times because I had to go to different theaters to do Q&As and everything afterwards. Um, I actually did watch it somewhat recently, maybe like 6 months ago, where my friends wanted to watch it because they wanted to see me when I was younger, and they watched like only my parts. So they like skipped through everything else and they watched only my parts. I don't know. It's like funny to look back on, and I'm like very grateful that I was kind of chosen to be a part
Hmm.
of that film. Um, it was a nice experience to be a part of for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I've watched it again and it's just kind of nice to
Yeah,
look
I think
back
it's a
on.
good go-to film. And then you guys should make an after film, though. I
Yeah.
feel it would be so nice to see where everyone has come to. Like, it's really, yeah, it would be really interesting to
Mhm.
make like a part two of this. So, yeah.
Yeah,
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 and
it
it
would
would
be.
be, I think it would inspire more
Yeah.
people to kind of think about like their career paths maybe because now that you're not really
Hmm.
dancing like that anymore, it's really nice to kind of get to know you more as like an older person and a personality because you gain your
Hmm.
identity, I feel like when you're a bit older. Like, and when you're young, you're kind of just like
Hmm.
exploring things. Because with my kids, I also just always
Hmm.
encourage them, you guys have to try everything. Like just try and try and try because you'll never know. Yeah, and just be really
Yeah.
curious and
Yeah.
whatever path you choose will support anything. So we don't mind that you don't dance and yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's so nice. I wish more people told me that when I was
Yeah,
younger.
we should tell more
I
people
thought
this.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, because like ever since I was like 7, I thought like ballet was like the only thing I could
Hmm.
do because I don't know, I just like felt that pressure
Yeah.
kind of to do that. So it wasn't until I was like 18 where I was like, no, I can do something else if I
Yeah.
really want to. And I had the courage to like
Hmm.
do something else. So yeah, but I wish more people were like, you can do something else,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like if that's what
Yeah,
you
I
want to
think it's
do.
hard because maybe some people kind of get stuck or maybe like stuck with that idea that you're supposed to be doing that only. Yeah. Mhm. But it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
healthy
for
for
sure.
your brain, I think, to be doing different things also. And yeah,
For sure.
yeah. So,
Yeah. And what I've realized is that like everything kind of has some
mhm,
sort of connection. Like you'll find a connection between
mhm,
two different things. Like, for example, like in studying, I didn't think ballet would help me very much in studying, but it really has, like the discipline and the times when you just have to push through and keep studying. Like ballet has definitely given me the
yeah.
persistence to
Mhm.
do that. Um, and yeah, so I think, and the more experiences you have in life, just like the
Yeah.
richer it is. Um, But yeah, but again, but if you are really like going towards ballet
Yeah.
as well, that's amazing and keep doing it for sure.
There's this really cute one. Do you have a hidden talent or anything?
Not really. I don't know. Oh, this is not a hidden talent. I was like looking around my room, but recently I did my first
that's
embroidery,
so
so I
That
embroidered
is so good
this.
though.
I
That
sewed
is
it
really good.
for the first
That's really
time.
nice.
I was like, I don't
I
know
think
if I
that
have a
is the
hidden talent, but
talent.
that's
Yeah, because
something.
no
It's
one knows
something.
what to do this. Yeah, but it's really cool. That's
Yeah,
really nice. Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, there's this
Thank you.
one which I have been meaning to ask is if you have free time, when can you visit here in Manila?
Oh my God, I really want to come to
We've
Manila
been,
so bad. Like I feel like with Lina, we've been
yeah,
trying to figure something out for the
yeah, but I
longest
think that,
time. And it's
I think
definitely
it's like the
summer,
time maybe
the
when
winter
you're
time.
free because we have to understand like, well, now of course it's hard because of the virus, but we'll think about it
Yeah,
when
yeah.
maybe we're back and we're a little less busy and we're trying to figure out where Miko is
Mm-hmm.
not busy and I'm also not busy, you know. So we'll see and
Mm-hmm.
then we'll work it out for everyone. Yeah.
I know. I want to do like
Yeah,
a
I
whole
know.
Asia
That
tour
would be
again
so
where I like
nice.
go to all the
Yeah.
countries and like have a few days
Yeah.
where maybe I teach and then a few days where I
Go
get to
around.
actually like
Yeah.
enjoy the country because a lot of times when I was traveling when I was younger, I didn't get to experience as much
Uh-huh.
of the country where I'd be so busy in the theater like performing and whatever and I just like wouldn't really get to enjoy the country as much even if I was in amazing places. So like whenever I travel from now on, I
Just go
want to make
around.
sure that like I actually enjoy the country
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. At least 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, it's really, I think traveling
Yeah.
for ballet is like super different from traveling, just traveling, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I have so many like Filipino
Oh,
friends
really?
here in the
Uh-huh.
Bay Area. Like my research colleagues are
Oh,
Filipino. My best friend is
oh,
Filipino. So like I know like
that's so
Kamusta ka and
cute.
like
Oh my goodness.
Salamat.
Now people are gonna love you even more.
Magandang binibini.
This is so funny.
What else do I know? I don't remember what else I know,
Yeah,
but
but
um, oh, mabuti,
oh, wow,
mabuti.
you're really good at this. Like, I did not expect that. You should really visit.
Thank you.
Like if we do plan it, we can go through the beaches, you know, like that would be really good.
Oh my God,
So we should do this.
that
Yeah,
sounds
the beaches here are
amazing.
one of the best,
Yeah.
really. Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
I
I've
cannot
heard.
compare. It's just after I went through beaches here, it's just nothing else can compare.
Oh my God, I want to go to the
We
beach so
can't. It's
bad.
like we have to go through this quarantine first.
I know.
Oh, yes, we
We'll
will.
get
We
there one
will.
day. We'll get
We'll
there one
plan
day.
this. Is there any other style of
Yeah.
dance that you would like to do? Ooh.
Ooh. So when I was younger, I really liked contemporary like a lot. Like I really
Uh-huh.
enjoyed doing that. Right now, I'm not really doing as much dance at all, like only ballet really. Um, but I'd be open to other dances for sure. I would never like say no, but I don't know. I'm not pursuing other dances because I'm
Yeah.
already like busy enough with everything I'm doing now. But yeah, I'd love to learn some sort of other types of dances.
We have like 10 minutes, but I like this one
Mhm.
question. If you could give any advice to your young self, what would it be?
That's a good question. Um, um, I don't know. I think, well, I really like how my life has like
Mm-hmm.
panned out. So I don't want to say something that like that would
Mm-hmm.
change that path. I would just be like, yeah, continue pursuing something that you're really passionate about and work hard, like to
Yeah.
pursue whatever you want to do, I guess. But that like hard
Yeah.
work is definitely necessary to reach whatever you
That's
reach
good.
your goals. So don't be afraid to work hard and oh, maybe like adopt a cat for her.
It's so cute. Yeah, I really love
Yeah.
that too. It's so nice to have a pet around. Yeah.
Oh my God, so nice. I love it. Especially during
Yeah.
quarantine, like we're stuck at home, but our pets are like, oh,
I
so
know.
nice.
Sometimes I feel like my dog is just, I wonder what you're doing at home, like so much right now. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm sure they
the
enjoy it
attention.
because we're home so much.
Here,
Hmm.
oh, it says, can you speak Japanese? Oh, like,
少
okay,
しだけ喋れる。でも、そん
okay.
なに喋れない。just 幼稚園みたいに喋
Oh,
れるけ
really?
ど、それだけ。Yeah. I can only speak like
Oh,
preschool level because that's how far I spoke
okay.
Japanese till until I was like preschool age is I only
Mm.
spoke Japanese and then from that age I spoke English. And I don't really speak
Oh,
Japanese that
really?
often. I'm trying to
Oh,
more
we
now with my
should. Yeah, you
mom. Like I
should.
try to speak to
I'll
her in
just message.
Japanese. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I definitely try to practice it as much as I
Hmm.
possibly can. But it's definitely hard because I live in the US and I don't have that
Japanese.
many,
Yeah.
like too many friends I can speak Japanese
Yeah.
with. But I try. With the friends that I can speak Japanese
Yeah.
with, I
Oh,
try for
it's someone
sure.
asked. 日本語は読めますか? So can you read Japanese?
あひら
Hiragana,
がな、
really?
ひらがなだけ。少し。いや、でももうちょっと
Oh,
忘れたと思う。I think I learned it, but I might have forgotten a few
oh,
words.
it's okay. I'm sure you'll get it back. Yeah, because
But I try.
like your mom is there, so it would be easier maybe. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's so funny. Do you know Jollibee? Sorry, someone's asking if you know. You do?
Yeah, I actually um I've heard of Jollibees. It's like
Yeah.
very popular in the
Hmm.
Philippines, right? I don't know if they have it here.
Oh,
So I don't know if I've ever had I don't think I've ever had Jollibees, but I've definitely
really?
heard of it
Like,
a
wait,
lot.
hold on. Like, I have to know, like, California, right? So, California, Jollibee.
Do they? Yeah, do they have it?
Oh, there are locations. You have 3 locations of Jollibee here. So you can actually
Oh,
there's one
where?
in Anaheim, Los Angeles, and
Oh my
there's
God,
one
that's
in
so
LA, but
far.
there's one in Daly City, I think.
Okay.
Daly
Oh,
City.
Daly City. Okay, okay,
There's one
okay.
in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sacramento, San
Okay.
Jose. Um, yeah, there are
Oh,
plenty.
plenty.
Rancho Panorama City, so much. Oh, there's one in
Okay.
San Fran
Okay.
even, so you can check
Oh
it
my
out.
God. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll check it
Yeah.
out for sure. I don't think I've eaten there before, but I totally
Yeah.
love
Okay.
food
Anyway, as much as I cannot get through like some of the questions anymore, because there are only 5 minutes left and it might get cut. But I just really want to thank you for doing this. Like, it's a fun interview. So fun. And
Yeah,
I hope
thank you
that we
so
can like
much. This was
plan
so fun.
something for you maybe to come here and or yes, or
Oh my
plan like going
God.
to the beaches and things like this. Yeah, so we can have fun.
Oh my
You
God.
like the community here. Yeah,
I
they're
would,
really friendly and we're all just kind of
yeah.
fun and fun-loving people. So so thank you
Oh,
also.
that's what
Yeah.
it seems like.
And since your best friend is like a
Thank you
Filipino,
so
yeah,
much.
you could
I
yeah.
know.
So you can relate with that.
Yeah, I would love to
So
come. It's like my dream. I've never been to the Philippines, and I really want to
we
go one
will,
day
we
for
will, we'll
sure.
plan this. So Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any other questions, you can just you can ask them and I can just send them to Miko. But thank you again so much for doing this. Like
Yeah.
it was so fun to do. And
Thank
oh,
you.
Camilla, thank you, Miko.
Yeah.
And you made my day. Oh yes, you also did make my day.
Thank
Yay.
you,
So
Camilla. You guys
oh,
made my
yeah, this
day.
is
This is
super
so fun. I
fun.
enjoyed
Yeah,
this a
so
lot.
I hope that we can like talk a little
Hmm.
more and just yeah, to everyone else watching, just I hope you can see this as an inspiring interview and go through it. You can go through from the start, don't worry, and we have more in store for the week. So I'm actually having I don't know if you guys know
Yeah.
Natasha from Tippy Toe Girls. So we're having her next Monday. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. She's like my best. She's like
Oh, she's
one of my
really
really good
fun
friends.
also, and so I'm having her next
Yeah.
Monday. So you guys just stay tuned, and
Amazing.
yeah, thank you again. It was so fun, and
Thank you.
yeah,
Oh my
yay,
God.
let's do this
Thank
again.
you
So
guys
much
so
love,
much.
yeah. All right, so just to end the video, do you
Thank
want to say
you.
anything else, or
I want to
um,
thank you so much, Lina, for having me and like having this idea. It was so much fun, and also to organize all the comments and questions. I didn't do
yeah,
anything, so thank you for doing that. I know I miss like Asia. Like I want to visit you guys for sure, so bad. And
yeah,
yeah, and
stay
stay safe,
safe, yeah.
everybody. It's such a I don't know, just such a weird
Hmm.
time to be in right now, but we can all help by staying inside and not, partying with everybody
Yeah.
else right now. All we have
Stay
to
at
do is
home.
stay
Stay at
inside and
home,
watch
everyone.
YouTube videos,
Yeah,
Netflix,
wash
yeah.
your hands and
Stay
stay
at
at home.
home,
Yeah.
stay safe. Yeah, and hope all of your families are
Mhm.
doing okay. And if you ever want to reach out to me, you can just DM me anytime. I try to reply to everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't get to everything, but I try to reply to everything. And you can ask me anything about ballet or even university or the transition in between, um, or
Yeah.
anything. I'll
All
try to
right.
help.
So thank you again. It
Yeah,
was really super fun.
thank
And we'll just
you.
say bye to everyone. So bye
Yeah.
guys and have a super good
Okay. Bye,
day. Thank you
guys.
again.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you so much, guys, for watching our live feed. If you want to see more interviews like this, don't forget to leave us a like and a comment in the comment section of who else you'd love to see on this live interview with Dance by Lina during the quarantine. So I will be waiting for your comments, and don't forget to click on the like and the subscribe button, and we'll see you till the next time.